Winners and losers aren't separated by talent, luck, not even starting resources. And what I mean by winner, a winner in this video is a successful person, while a loser is an unsuccessful person. So we need to understand that what separates successful people from unsuccessful people is the little number of choices made on daily basis. These choices are made long enough that they compound. So that is what separates winners from losers. And you see, most of the times, the gap between successful people and unsuccessful people looks so huge from the outside. But being successful is actually a decision that is made from the inside. Decisions made from the inside. So in this video, I'll share with you why or what separates successful people from unsuccessful people. The first thing that separates successful people from unsuccessful people is response to failure. Unsuccessful people treat failure as a verdict on who they are. But it's not like that. It's not like that with successful people. Successful people treat failure as a data like a feedback. There is something you are not getting. The moment you fail, you shouldn't ask yourself, or you shouldn't just tell yourself, this thing is not for me. No, that is not how it works. Failure is part of the journey to success. And you know that success is not a destination. So before you get to what or wherever you are headed, it's a must that you'll, maybe in one way or the other, be temporarily defeated. You get what I'm saying? So successful people don't see failure as the end. They don't see failure as who they are. They see failure as a data. There is something I'm not getting. There is a knowledge that I am not being exposed to. So that is how it is. When you fail, you don't tell yourself that you're a failure. When you fail, you begin to ask yourself, what is it that I need to know in order to enhance my abilities in this area? You get? And then the second thing that separates successful people from unsuccessful people is discipline versus motivation. An unsuccessful man is a motivated man, and a successful man is a disciplined man. And you know, motivation is a feeling. That is how it is. Motivation is a feeling. And feelings changes. Let's just imagine this moment you are happy. In the next 30 minutes, maybe something will happen that will entirely change your emotions. That is how it is. Discipline is how successful people build empires. If you want to build anything that will last, that thing must be built on discipline. Discipline must be the foundation of everything you are building, because a time will come when you no longer feel motivated. You are building, you are giving everything you have, but nothing to show for it. So when that time comes, the only thing that sustains you is discipline, no longer motivation. So you must get acquainted to being disciplined enough. You must get acquainted to being disciplined enough if you want to build anything that will last. And then the third thing that separates successful people from unsuccessful people is blame versus ownership. We have thousands of unsuccessful people around the world that the only thing they do is blame the government. We have graduates everywhere in the world that don't have what to do. And when you meet people like that, what they tell you is, I am where I am simply because of how poor the government is. I am where I am because of the poor decisions of my parents. I am where I am simply because of this, that. They keep on blaming people for how their life is. It is not like that. Successful people are not just successful simply because they were born with extra talents or some spiritual stuffs. Successful people, they understand that life is unfair. And simply because they know that life is unfair, they ask themselves, what must I do given where I am to move out of this place? I know the government is unfair. I know my dad is this. I know my parents. But if we continue complaining for the next 10 years, nothing will change. Nothing will change. So you don't just sit down there and complain. You need to be very, very proactive. Take decisions. Nobody is ever coming to save anybody anywhere. No. So you tell yourself, from now henceforth, I'll take decisions. I'll be responsible. I'll take the responsibility of my life. So you don't just put blames on anybody. And then finally, one thing that, or the final thing in my list that separates successful people from unsuccessful people is delayed gratification. I love this one. I really love this one. I really love this one. You see, we have people that are too concerned about today, what they'll eat today, what they'll wear today, and stuff like that. But successful people don't just think in days. They are concerned about who they will become 10 years from now. You get that? So anything you are doing, ask yourself, how would this thing help me in 3, 4, 5 years time? What would be the quality of my life if I continue doing this thing? Are you get what I'm saying? So you don't just make decisions simply because you feel like making decisions. You should make decisions simply because you know that in the next 5 years, you won't regret the decisions you are making now. Thank you for sticking to the end of this video. See you on the next one. Please like, share, comment, and also subscribe.